Hi, I'm Luis Garcia, and let me ask you something. Have you ever thought why successful habits are so important to have? Have you ever wondered what are some of the best successful habits to learn? Have you ever asked yourself which successful habit I should start developing? Have you ever said to yourself, what are some of the secret habits of successful people? If you answered yes to one or more to any of these questions, in this video, I will talk about a few habits that you need in order to attain success in anything that you do in life, whether that be career, relationship, and even raising a family, so stay tuned. Hi and welcome back. I'm Luis Garcia and I'm an author, public speaker, entrepreneur, thought leader, and I'm an educator on the topic of personal development, self-help, business, and spirituality. And what I do is that I help people like yourself master your own psychology and put your game into perspective so that you can be equipped to cultivate healthy relationships, financially succeed, and fulfill your life purpose as I offer valuable insight that helps to improve other people's lives. So on with today's topic. Earlier, I had asked if you ever thought why successful habits are so important to have. What are some of the best successful habits to learn? Which successful habits you should start developing? And what are some of the secret habits of successful people? So, the best way for me to begin to answer these questions is to share with you habits of successful people. Good habits that successful people use on a daily basis to succeed, which is why they are successful. So, let's go over 7 successful habits right now, starting with success habit number 1. So, successful habit number 1 is surrounding yourself with the right people. There's this idea floating around that goes, the 5 people you spend the most time with will determine how successful you are. I did a little digging about the statement, and I think the idea really is, you're the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. While I don't think that the influence and math are quite that simple, but there is something to be said about this whole idea that the people you spend most of your time with influence your level of success. The important conclusion to draw from this is that it's important to pay attention with whom you spend the most time with and make sure you surround yourself with successful people as much as possible. Why is this true? For example, when a kid falls in with the wrong crowd at school, grades drop and the behavior changes for the worse. Well, the opposite is just as true. If your child has friends who are working hard and doing well in school, he or she will be more likely to do well. The same is true when it comes to our own lives and the areas where we want to succeed in. Let's say your dream is to own a small restaurant and make a comfortable living cooking food in your local community. Wouldn't it make sense to make friends with other local business owners, chefs, and even boutique farmers in your area? How about having a group of friends across the country who are running the same type of restaurant? Of course it makes sense. When you surround yourself with other people who are already successful in what you want to do, you can tap into their vast experience and hopefully avoid making some of the mistakes they've made. Think of them as your mentors who will help you make progress faster. Sometimes as simple as knowing who to talk to about your business can save you days, if not years, of aggravation. The people you surround yourself with don't even have to be very successful at what you want to do. There's a lot of value in having people around you who are on the same journey. You can mastermind and exchange ideas with each other as you guys are growing together. You can bounce ideas off of each other, and most importantly, you can encourage each other to keep pushing through the tough times and celebrate the small successes. So, start by looking for like-minded people. Find a few who are either working towards the same goal or who have already accomplished them and can play the role of a mentor or guide in your life. Building a network that can become an invaluable asset on the road to your success will make it easier for you to acquire successful habits as you allow yourself to be bathed by successful people who practice behaviors that leads to successful habits. Successful habit number 2 is following the habits of successful people. So let's talk about the habits of successful people. If you want to incorporate positive habits into your life, considering following successful people. This is not to say that successful people don't have bad habits, but on the whole, they tend to have a higher percentage rate of good habits, which is why they are successful. Many successful people have written books about their successes and how they did it. This makes it easy to find out how they became successful. The more you read about their experiences, the easier it will be to implement what they have done. While each successful person may have a different set of good habits that they stick to, there will always be some common denominator throughout. You will likely find that many of them try to stick to a routine in their day-to-day lives. They get up at the same time every day, which is often early in the morning. They go to bed early so that they can get enough sleep. They tend to be eager readers, and they too have read the successes of other people that came before them. And you would also find it to be a common thing for successful people to eat healthy. This gives them the energy they need to keep their work done and reduce the amount of downtime due to sluggishness. Many will incorporate exercises into their routine to keep their game up. Another habit that you will find common among successful people is that they plan. They set goals and follow those goals with predetermined milestones. This helps them determine what works and what needs to change when things don't work out as planned. By constantly reading profiles and biographies of successful people, you will start to think as they do. This is a big step when trying to change your behavior towards better habits. It does take practice and time, but refocusing your mind to think in similar ways to those who you believe who are successful will plant the seeds towards making the change for you. Changing habits or creating new ones sometimes is not that easy, but following the successes of others will go a long way in developing your own routine towards success. Who knows? Perhaps someday people will be reading about you when you publish your biography based on the successes that you will achieve. That would be nice. Successful habit number 3 is breaking negative habits. People develop bad habits during their lifetime. Some are really difficult to break, but if the bad habit can be broken, it will make forming successful habits that much easier. Take smoking, for instance. There are a lot of people that would agree that smoking is a bad habit. This even includes smokers. Exercise is a good habit as long as you approach it correctly. Yet, it will be very difficult for smokers to implement the good habit of exercise because the smoking interferes with their ability to breathe. This is a crucial aspect to exercising properly. Another great example is procrastination. Most people would agree that this is not a great habit. While it's not as life-threatening as smoking, but it can be a reason for a company to fire someone who engages in procrastination during work. If people want to be more productive and they tend to procrastinate, they will need to break that bad habit because it is ruining an aspect of their life. The good news is that procrastination is much easier to break than smoking in some cases. But just the nature of breaking a bad habit makes someone automatically more productive as it is a step forward in life. Of course, not every bad habit is going to be offset by a good one. There are plenty of bad habits that may not have any effect on the good ones. They can easily coexist in some cases. For instance, if someone is a smoker, that doesn't automatically make them a procrastinator in other areas of their life. Therefore, they can already be very productive in their work. So, it's really up to you to learn how to identify which bad habit is ruining your life and seek to change it. I will come out with more videos that will help you identify those bad habits, so stay tuned. One way to approach successful habit formation is to think about how many hours you spend awake every day. If you increase the number of successful habit tasks, you will integrate more successful habits, of course. The more you focus on successful habit formation, the reward for you taking on more successful habits should easily override the negative habits. You shouldn't try to change your habits all at once, as that is not realistic. It takes time for your brain to adjust to a new behavior. Do one successful habit at a time, or perhaps lose one bad habit while gaining a new one. Then, as you feel you have mastered a good habit, add another into the mix. Successful habit number 4 is developing successful habits in groups. When it comes to forming new habits, there is no doubt that getting support from others can help. This is one of the major reasons why support groups are created. There is strength in numbers, as the saying goes. When you join a group of people who have similar goals as you, they can offer tips on what they did to overcome challenges or to break through barriers. When selecting your groups, you want to look for the ones that are similar to the successful habit that you want to acquire. If it's not a fit, you're going to have trouble getting help from the members because of the lack of experience from the group itself. This goes back to surrounding yourself with the right people again. For example, there may be a group dedicated to becoming healthier, but their main focus may be through exercise. If you are looking for a group that focuses on eating well, this may not be the right group for you. It's not that the group is wrong for focusing on exercise, it's just not what you was looking for, and they may not have the insight to eating right. Finding groups can be as easy as searching in your favorite search engine. Simply use the name of the habit, such as Successful Habits, followed by the words groups, forums, or blogs after the keyword. You can try all three in separate searches. When checking out the group, make sure that they are fairly active and engage frequently. Otherwise, it would be a waste of time as you would get dead air most of the time. Facebook can be a great place to find people who have formed groups similar to what you are looking for. You can start out by searching for the habit or topic. If you want even better results, you can try the following phrases. People who are looking to, followed by the activity. You can also do the same with people who are looking for, followed by the activity. As with forums and blogs, make sure the groups you choose are active and have enough members to make it worth your time. Meetup.com is another website that you can use to find groups of people all trying to accomplish similar goals. They require the groups to actually meet in person as part of its terms of service. This can be a great way to get to know people and develop new friendships. If a particular group you are looking for doesn't exist, you can create your own as long as you follow the terms of service. Joining groups to help you create successful habits can really help you succeed in acquiring those successful habits. Successful habit number 5 is setting up your environment to acquire better habits. When you are trying to develop successful habits, the environment you are in or surrounded by can make or break whether you succeed or not. You want to give yourself the biggest chance of success, so it can really help when your surroundings are at their optimal settings for success. Keep your environment clutter-free. There is nothing worse than trying to develop successful habits than having to fight through a wall of clutter. It's not just physical clutter that's a problem. Virtual clutter can also be problematic. If you are spending lots of time searching through your emails or computer files that you saved a week ago, this is just as limiting as sorting through papers on your desk. There's even such a thing as phone clutter, where people spend too much time talking on the phone, more so if it is not productive or conducive to your desired goals. If you are looking to be more productive, it won't help if you are spending a good portion of your day looking for things that are hidden in a cluttered mess. Clutter has a negative psychological effect on people, and that is a fact. It limits your space in the outside as well as inside. Organizational skills is what will help in solving the clutter. Come up with a good system for both physical and the virtual clutter. There are plenty of books and seminars that exist that can help you get a handle on this problem. You can also look at solving the clutter problem as developing a new successful habit. Another important aspect of your environment is mental health. If you are stressed out, this is going to take away your ability to develop successful habits. You'll focus on what is stressing you out, and it will become your central distraction. Without taking the proper measures to reduce that stress, it will be difficult to make any progress with your successful habit development. There are several ways to reduce stress. The first is to take steps to resolve any situations that you have control over which are causing you to be stressed. If your bills are getting out of hand, try taking on some extra work hours to make that more manageable. For stress that is caused that is not within your control, consider such activities as exercise and meditation. While these won't take away those stressful situations, but it will make it much easier to manage them by helping you to bring your stress levels down as much as possible so that you can be mentally and emotionally clear to move forward in life. Both of these activities have been proven to help the mind and body to reduce stress. Successful habit number 6 is having a backup failure plan. One of the biggest reasons why we fail to develop successful habits is because they take time. But another subtle reason is that we don't plan for what happens when we fail during the process. When people don't have guidelines on what to do when the original plan didn't work, We pass off learning the successful habit as if it wasn't meant to be. By setting up a plan for what to do if the original plan fails, we take away excuses. Without a backup plan, we would simply pass it off as if we've tried. With a backup failure plan in place, we now have a backup plan that offers steps to move forward even further. One question you might be asking yourself is, how do you come up with a backup failure plan? Try to find others who have gone through the process of developing the successful habit that you're trying to develop for yourself. Ask them if they were successful in developing the habit and if they hit any roadblocks along the way. Then ask them what did they do to overcome those roadblocks. That, in essence, becomes your failure backup plan. Also, these people that you ask these questions, it would be a great idea to keep those people in the loop as far as your progress goes. Remember step number 1. Surround yourself with successful people and make new friends. These people can act as a kind of support group, which goes back to step number 4 and can help you stay on track. This not only helps you achieve your desired results, but it also has the potential to cultivate deep friendships. Too many people look at failure as a losing war when in fact it should be looked upon as the opposite. If you peel back the layers of experience of many successful people, you will see those layers are filled with failures. It's how they handle those failures that led to their success. It's what you do with the failure that defines whether you eventually will succeed. The only reliable way to truly fail is to give up completely and wave the white flag. More so if it's your destiny to do what you want to do and you give that up completely. You may also think to yourself, what happens if the backup failure plan doesn't work out? There is nothing stopping you from having multiple failure backup plans in the event of one of them did not help you achieve the results you were looking for the first time around. Having multiple alternative plans will give you the confidence that you can succeed and will show you that you are committed to doing so. This greatly increases the chances of success because failure is no longer an end game. It's a starting point instead. Any plans you come up with, write them down. Refer to them whenever you're trying to accomplish what's on those plans. Successful habit number 7 is having a mentor. There are a lot of variables that goes into changing habits and it can be a difficult process at times. For example, new habits requiring adding activities to your routine. Sometimes you may have to break bad habits before you can acquire successful ones. Then you have to understand how to set up your environment for optimal change. All these variables make developing new habits quite the challenge. If it seems overwhelming to you, consider taking on a mentor. A qualified mentor will be able to set up a program that is specific to your needs. A mentor will get to know you and figure out what you want to accomplish and structure a plan of action as well as helping you to stay on track. This is the idea behind weight loss centers such as Jenny Craig and others. When you join these kinds of programs, you are assigned a counselor that will work with you. This is similar to a personal trainer in the fitness field. The trainer will structure an exercise program that is specific to you. So consider hiring a life coach if need be. This person will structure a plan in several categories of your life that you are looking to improve. Obviously, you want to find someone who is qualified. The best way to go about this is word of mouth. Try to find a friend or a colleague who has gone through a similar program and ask them if the mentor that they use actually helped them out. In order for a mentor to structure a program towards your needs, you need to prepare exactly what you want to get out of the program. You should ask many questions about what is going to be expected of you, such as what kind of time is going to be required from you in order to make the necessary changes in your life. You also want to find out what type of support is available during the program. All right, you guys, those are the 7 steps that you can apply right away to start changing your life for the better in a matter of days. So to recap, they are: step number 1 is surrounding yourself with the right people. Step number 2 is following the habits of successful people. Step number 3 is break negative habits. Step number 4 is develop successful habits in groups. Step number 5 is setting up your environment to acquire better habits. Step number 6 is having a backup failure action plan. And step number 7 is having a personal mentor or a life coach. So here is my final thought. Imagine yourself applying these 7 steps. As you can see, when you apply these 7 steps on a daily basis, you will fall into this daily algorithm that builds successful habits. This is you creating a lifestyle that leads to positive results that is conducive to helping you accomplish your goals and achieve success. Then when you get used to this kind of routine, eventually you will automate these successful habits, which makes success happen easier for you. This is you engineering your success and taking charge of your life. I encourage you to create this for yourself and live the life you want for yourself. Alright, you guys, this is the end of this video, and I wanted to keep this video short, but just know that there is so much more for me to share with you. If you resonated and liked this video, please leave a comment below this video and share your thoughts and ideas about how this helped you out. In the meantime, if you would like to dive deeper and learn more about successful habits, such as the 15 most important successful habits, the 5 rules of successful habit formation, the 9-step habit creation plan, and learn strategies that can help you gain your momentum to move towards your success, then join my course by clicking the link you see below this video. So in saying that, answer this question truthfully for yourself. Do you want a sense of direction in your life and get that easier momentum to move towards the completion of your goals and feel alive, vibrant, and great about yourself? If you answered yes, then I invite you to make a very important decision that will truly have a positive impact on your life for the better. Check out my course, as it will help you move further along your path to success, where I talk about in greater details the 15 most important successful habits, the 5 rules of successful habit formation, and the 9-step habit creation plan, as well as learning strategies that can help you get your momentum to move towards your success, and with many other bonuses that I offer. You've been looking for ways to be your best, and my course can help you with that. Check out my course by clicking the link you see below this video, and you'll be redirected to a page where you can read more about my course and even join my course. Once again, I'm Luis Garcia. Good journey to you. See you soon, and thank you for watching. Hey guys, I'm Luis Garcia. I have a question for you. Did you enjoy this episode? If you did, and if you felt like you got something out of this episode, and if you resonated with this message, there are 4 things you can do right now to continue to support your journey. First, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel right here, which I hope you will, so that I can keep sending you videos that delivers important insights that can make positive changes in your life. Second, if you're watching this video on YouTube and you would like to dive deeper into this knowledge and take your life to the next new level, just click the link below this video and you'll be redirected to my website, where you can sign up to receive my free podcast, free webinars, free online courses, free online programs, and receive updates on my events, new podcasts and programs, and everything else we can't do on this YouTube channel. Third, leave a comment below and share how this episode helped you and what are your next steps to improving your life. And lastly, 4, if you know someone that can benefit from hearing this message, remember to share this episode with your friends and family. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Until then, good journey to you, and I'll see you soon. And once again, I'm Luis Garcia, and thank you for watching.